Lycans in this, how they transform at will. They're like werewolves, but they can.
Children of the night, what music they make.
Next time, he'll have me bummed by a big gay werewolf, I swear.
Hello there, YouTube, and welcome back to Vampire Weekend with me, Random Ross. So, it is day 3 of Vampire Weekend, and I thought for this one, I'll review Underworld. Directed by Len Wiseman, starring Kate Beckensale, Scott Speedman, Micheal, Sheen Brolly, and Bill Nighy. So this is a 2003 action horror where a conflict, an endless war between vampires and lycans has been going on for over 500 years, and we follow the lead character in this, played by Kate Beckensale, Celine, who is a soldier in this war against the vampires and the lycans. And the lycans, have mastered the ability to transform at will, but vampires still can't walk in sunlight. So yeah, it's like, around the world, humans are living their normal lives whilst right beneath their feet a war is going on. And we have, well, like I've just said, the vampires and the lycans, or werewolves. So, so basically, Celine has been raised, turned as a vampire, and has been led to believe that lycans killed her family and everything, and she feels that she needs the guidance from the lead vampire, Victor, played by Bill Nighy. But of course, there is something that he knows, and also the leader of the lycans, Lucian, played by Micheal Sheen, how the war started. And basically the leader of the lycans, Lucian, wants to create a hybrid, a union between the two, but had tried 500 years before, but had failed, as Victor killed his lover, who was also Victor's daughter, and basically that's how the war started and stuff. And a lot of that gets answered in the third part of the series, Rise of the Lycans. But right now we're talking about the first and original Underworld. So, let's get on to my likes and my dislikes on this. So first of all, my likes. I liked how at the beginning it was non-stop action, and how we had vampires in it, and how they just how Celine. I like Kate Beckinsale in this. She was just badass throughout. She had guns. She had a sexy cat suit, and she just fought with guns and stuff, giving it her all. And that I also like the lichens in this, how they transform at will. They're like werewolves, but they can transform without a full moon, and they're purebred. So that means they're born a werewolf, which does get explained in the third film, and does answer the confusion between why they're called lichens and not werewolves. Another thing I liked was Bill Nighy in this. He was the perfect leader, but was secretly the villain. He was great in this, and I enjoyed his performance. Of course, he is said to be the first vampire, but no, he isn't. He is only but the second. The original vampire in that universe is Marcus, but that's all answered in the second film. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens before and after this film, Underworld, but up to now, but right now, this is just like the ultimate vampire versus werewolves film, and I was like Team Lycans, and Celine, she eventually turned to Team Lycans after she discovered the truth of her maker Victor, how he killed her family. Some other things I liked. I liked the effects in this. I mean, yeah, you could tell it was CGI, and it was like the early noughties, but I still think that was the effects were good. I liked how the werewolves, the Lycans, were aware and intelligent and just fierce. I also liked the final action sequence when Micheal, played by, I think it's Scott Speedman, I think that's him, how he becomes a Lycan, but then he's like, Celine intervenes, and then he becomes a vampire as well, a Lycan vampire hybrid. So yeah, a union between the two species, and I like the look of that, how he looked like he was only half transformed and stuff. Yeah, it was, it was a good film. And no wonder this got a sequel, because it was that good. I liked a lot of the fight sequences and that. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot for me to like about this film. Now, what didn't I like? Well, I didn't like how there was a lack of female werewolves. I mean, yes, I know, yeah, yada yada. But, yeah, they were like, mixtures of male and female vampires, but there were no female werewolves. It was like a total sausage fest. But, yeah, that's one dislike. Another dislike I'm trying to think of was like the flashback sequences, how there were some unanswered questions, but they get answered eventually throughout the series. But this one is about how the war between the vampires and the Lycan clans ended, because the war does end at the end. And we do see the war end after 500 years of fighting. So final thoughts and ratings. I enjoyed the cinematography in this. I enjoyed the performances, the effects, the action. I recommend this film to anyone who's a huge action horror fan, especially if you like Blade. That's what it's kind of like, only with more werewolves and vampires. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Underworld, I'm going to give this 4 steaks out of 5. So that has been Vampire Weekend Day 3. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All my social media links are linked down below in the description, so until next time, don't have nightmares.